Good evening, YouTube. This is Kayleen Stern coming at you with my regular Sunday night dinner. And tonight, I am getting into the first of the new batch of 2012 MREs that Aletha gave me last time she was here. And Sean is in the house. Thanks for dropping in. This is a vegetarian lasagna. And this is packed by MRE, so the contents will be double wrapped. And this is a pretty thick one, as you can see, because there are actually 2 boxes in here. Before, say, like 2015 or 16 or something like that, I'm not sure the exact date, the packers did away with the boxes except for the halal rations. They were still using the boxes for the mains and some of the sides or desserts. But those boxes they take up space, and they add ounces or grams to a person's pack. So I got water on the stove to boil. I'm going to see if this peelable seal will work. Sometimes I just end up putting my thumbnail right through the bag instead of going down into the bag. And then if that happens, well, I have to get the cheaters out. Well, this is taking me a little time to get into it, but I'm actually getting it into the bag. See, I actually got my thumb in the bag this time. And it was a pretty clean open, too. That actually worked better than some of the newer MREs I've opened up. So anyway, this will serve as my trash bag, as always. So here is the inner wrapper. You can see the 2 boxes. Sometimes these, you can just rip it right in between where this paper is kind of wavy, is this side is straight across. I mean, plastic, not paper. But I just popped the plastic. This feels a lot different than the plastic that is used now, but it's the same style of wrapping. MRE is the only company that does this for the standard MRE, but now the newer halal MREs are all done in this wrapping, and Sapaco does all those. So right off the top, I'm just going to move my tray a little. Got the Ration Heater, which I will not use. This is like a 9-year-old Ration Heater, almost 10 years old, so this thing will probably not kick off even if I put salt in it, but it'll get saved. And then all by itself, got some hot sauce. See if I can get the focus on there. There we go. It just says pepper sauce. So I got the spoon, which I don't use. And it's in a different type of wrapper than what is used now. Got chunky peanut butter. Let's see, there is spicy tuna rolls. There is Mike. Let's see who else is in here. Oh, I'm only seeing one viewer, but maybe the others got popped off. So here, French vanilla cappuccino. Got crackers. We'll see how all these held up. This is toffee chocolate flavored. This could be like a Ration, but they don't. Yeah, these could be a Ration, but they don't feel like a Ration. Let's see, it's a date code. See, there is a date code right there. It starts with a 2. This is an item I had not seen before in an MRE. Toffee Cookie. A toffee crunch cookie. So they're doing a double on the toffee. Then we have the accessory kit. And it's weird, it almost feels like bubble wrap on this side. But when they put a cappuccino in, they don't put coffee in the accessory kit. So here is mixed fruit. Again, there is a date code. So got actual fruit. The vacuum sealing or near vacuum sealing of these boxes kind of crush them. Again, here is a postcard that a soldier could have used, which is kind of different. Then the vegetable lasagna, and again, this is a date code on it. I had a backup plan for the coffee in case if this one had a coffee that was bad. That accessory pack from a brown bag MRE, I opened it up and it was this taster's choice. So I brought that out. So in here, I just stuffed the accessory kit wrapper in the MRE bag. So got a lemonade stick, Sunshine Side of Life 77, and Wyoming in the house. Thanks for dropping in. So this is the kind that would fit. You would normally put this in a 20 ounce or a 500 ml water bottle. But I'll just put it in my drinking jar. Got a packet of salt. Got the old rear roll. Got the wet wipes, same as Wet Seas Now. And peppermint gum. So this is what is in a 2012 US MRE. Putting all these things to the side. Chunky peanut butter is something that you very rarely see in an MRE. It would have been nice to have cheese spread to put cheese on the lasagna. So in my foreign MRE mug, I'm going to go ahead and put the French vanilla cappuccino. And instead of mixing it in the shaker bag. See, sometimes these do not tear very well, and this almost tore down into the Ziploc itself. So some of these shaker bags can be pretty weird. Oops. I don't want to hit my phone mount. So this is a very light, it's almost, if it didn't have the dark specks from the coffee, it would look like coffee creamer. You know, just for the heck of it, I'm going to go ahead and open up this Old Taster's Choice just to see how well it held up from a brown bag MRE. I'll put it in the cup so you can see it better. Perfectly fine. I've also brought out the old creamer. To see how well it held up. Wow, that looks great. I didn't get the sugar because we all know how well sugar can hold up. And that packet is perfectly fine, but when I bring the water back for both of these, this is, by the way, this is the mug that I won from Will, our late brother who had the GIT Preparedness channel. So I won this, and the channel logo's on this side when hot water fills it. These sugar-free drink mixes, you know, because the sweeteners that they use are so much more concentrated, and you don't need as much of it to get the same sweetness level as sugar, so you don't have the weight or the packet size. But this drinking jar only holds about 13 ounces, but that's okay. Sometimes I just like these a little more concentrated. I could have put it in this bottle and shook it up, but I decided that I am not going to do that. And these do mix better because there is not enough all that extra powder and the sugar to dissolve. And that's all it took to mix that. So I will put that back there. Now let's open up these boxes, see what these retorts look like. This is the lasagna one. and it looks like it's in very good condition. And this has the tear notches that go across this way, whereas now they go across this way. So the soldier out in the field would be eating it, spreading it open like a bowl. Of course, I won't be putting the fruit into the hot water, but I just want to go ahead and open up the box. Now this fruit pouch looks in great condition also. So, I got these from Aletha, and I think whoever she got them from stored them very well, and she stored them very well. Let's see, Ford is in the house. I'm going to see who else is. Well, it looks like I'm caught up. No one else has showed up. Well, anyway, I am going to go ahead and get this into the pot. And then, because I like sugar in my coffee, I'm going to bring it back. Oops, the wrong mug. I'll bring back a little sugar for this one, because I want to hold on to that older packet. So anyway, I'll be right back. I'm going to pour these off camera so you don't get a steam bath. And I'll take the kettle back into the kitchen just to get it out of the way. I'm going to start opening up all these other things. Let's see if I'm right on the candy. Nope. This is something that looks like a Starburst fruit chews. This just says chocolates all over it. So there's no brand name on here. And this one got wrapped kind of... This one's a little funky. I'm going to go ahead and put these down here in the smallest spot, the smallest compartment of my tray. This Toffee Crunch Cookie. Very interesting. It's a fatty like the chocolate chunk or chocolate chip cookies. And it looks like the toffee pieces are kind of small, but there is one right there above my thumbnail. Puppy Breath is here. Angry Blacksmith is here. Prep for It is here. Thanks for dropping in. For those that have come in late, this is a 2012 US MRE Vegetarian Lasagna, courtesy of Aletha. So that is a toffee chunk cookie. And we got chocolate toffees, candies, no brand on it, just as chocolates. Now I'm gonna see if we can get a hiss out of these crackers. Oh, I think I opened that too fast because I had to find a corner that I could actually tear. So I don't think you got a hiss out of that one. And it didn't quite tear all the way open across, so. Anyway, time to see how these things held up. See, this started to, as I opened it, it started to delaminate. I just shoved the fruit box into the lasagna box just to kind of compact the trash a little bit. So a little corner broke off the cracker. That's, oops, and it just broke in my hand. So I guess that was the bottom side. This would be the top side. A cross section of the cracker. So they're quite brittle. They don't hold up as well as some of the other older crackers. I reserved the largest compartment in my tray for the fruit, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up. See how well it held up over the years. Well, it has not gotten all that dark. A few bits didn't get out, but I'll get them out. I'm going to call that good. Better get that in there so it doesn't run out. So that is the mixed fruit. And before I open up the peanut butter, I'm going to go get the main out of here, or out of the kitchen, and bring it in here. And we'll see how it held up. I am back with the lasagna, and I just bring it in here since I just took it out of the boiling water, and I brought a paper towel just to wipe it off. Get that thing out of the way. Let's see, got Quint in the house. Thanks for dropping in. Now let's take a look at some nearly 10-year-old lasagna. Oh, that tear notch won't rip, so I'll go to the other one. There we go. It's not a true lasagna in the sense it's not these huge noodles. I gotta get that tomato out of there. See if I can get the rest of the sauce out of here. Nope. I think I'm going to call that good. So here is nearly 12-year-old vegetarian lasagna. This will be the kind of noodle that you get in the freeze-dried Mountain House lasagna or something like that. Or the Chef Boyardee, those 15-ounce cans. The pasta is quite soft. But the flavor is there. And it looks like there's beans. Yep, I just ate a very soft bean. Let's see, Curious Pete in the house. Thanks for dropping in. I am eating a nearly 10-year-old vegetarian lasagna, menu 11, that my Iowa sister Aletha gave me last time she was here. Right there might be an onion or or a piece of bell pepper. Oh, bell pepper. So there's tomato there. It's sitting in that pouch for 10 years. Everything has gotten soft. Nope, I didn't stir my coffee or my cappuccino. I'm just giving those a stir off camera. The St. Bernard Acres in the house. Thanks for dropping in. See Carlos Perry in the house. Thanks for dropping in. Hope you're doing well. There, I gave those a quick stir. Now, since this toffee here is almost didn't get closed up, I'm just going to go ahead and open it up completely. It's in a waxed paper, so a little bit has stuck to it, but not much. I just decided to go ahead and taste that little bit that was stuck to the wax paper. So it looks like caramel, those little caramel squares that you can get. It tastes fine. I'm not getting any funky taste from it. I'll just go ahead and get rid of that wrapper. I'm going to go ahead and take a taste of this cracker by itself. Tastes like a typical current style of MRE cracker. No salt. Almost bland. Cappuccino. I like that. That cappuccino's pretty good. It's a French vanilla. Wouldn't mind seeing that in another MRE. This is something that should be brought back in MREs just to give the soldier a little bit of variety. Booger butt in the house. Is it both of you or just one? But anyway, thanks for dropping in. Okay. Well, LJ can catch it on the replay if he wants. If he's got time, that is. Okay, now that I got it open, let's put a little bit of this on the cracker. I think you can see a peanut chunk right there. That has good peanut flavor. The peanut bits are kind of small. I suppose they would probably have to be to try to stuff it in these little pouches. But it almost tastes like a roasted peanut butter. So this is a solid peanut butter. I like it. Now this is that brown bag accessory packet taster's choice. That was perfectly fine, no dry mold. And the creamer was even fine. Yep, that tastes good after all these years. I'm going to go ahead and break this cookie. It's the toffee chunk cookie, but the toffee bits look really small. Take a tiny nibble of it. It tastes like it's in a sugar cookie base, so it's already sweet enough. With just that sugar cookie base. But the toffee is there. It's just in tiny chunks. I'm going to go ahead and take a taste of this lemonade. Again, this is meant for a larger bottle, but I didn't bring anything out that would hold this entire 500 mils of water. And that actually tastes good like that in 13 ounces of water instead of 20 or 500 mils. Again, these chocolate toffees. I'm going to go ahead and bite this one in half. The chocolate overpowers any toffee flavor that might be in here. It's almost like a Tootsie Roll, but a slight hint of the toffee flavor in there instead of the pure chocolate that the Tootsie Roll would be. But that is very good. Yeah, I have been given some of those too. I think I have like 2 or 3 of those, but I have not taken them out on a trip yet. Let's see, let's go ahead and taste this. Go ahead and use the fork end of my foreign MRE spork to pick up this fruit. It's very mushy. And there's only a small fragment of the cherry. But that was peach. Let's see. There's a bit of cherry on the grape. Even the pears are the firmest, but even they are very soft, so. But the fruit still tastes good. It has just gotten very soft over the years. Oh, there's pineapple in there. I just ate a bit of pineapple. And that is still relatively firm. The pineapple is a lot firmer fruit than any of the others. But that fruit still has its flavor. It's not lost it at all. And go back to the veggie lasagna. They included hot sauce, but I would have preferred cheese on the lasagna, so I'm not going to use the hot sauce. I'm just going to eat it straight as is, or put it on a cracker. If these crackers were salty, it would up the flavor a little bit with that extra salt, but I don't feel like just opening up the salt packet and dumping it in, because I would prefer just a little bit more flavor. If I had a cheese packet in here that was in good condition, like some of the newer cheese packets I have, I could throw that on there. See, this and that is here. Thanks for dropping in. (2012) AmeriQual Menu 11 Veggie Lasagna, courtesy of my Iowa sister Aletha. So this is a pretty surprising, I should say maybe not too surprising, considered she stored these very well, but she wanted to give them to me because I would probably eat them sooner than she would. You know, since I'm doing these every week. I'll put a little bit more of this chunky peanut butter on here. The big old glob of it. Had to go for the cappuccino. Yeah, it makes you want to have a drink or something. But this peanut butter, as I said, it has very good roasted peanut flavor. See, I think these are like kidney beans in this lasagna. I didn't read the ingredients. This could use a little bit more of herb seasoning, like Italian seasoning, or maybe a little more basil, oregano. It might have oregano in it, but like I said, I didn't read the ingredients. That print is pretty dang small. But I think a little more basil and maybe some cilantro would really help this. But some people don't like cilantro. But I do. If this is a bigger portion and it had a little bit more sauce, I probably could have just crumbled the crackers into it. Yeah, the peanut butter is pretty good. I got a few packets of it. I even have one packet of the crunchy in my stash. Of course, I have this one. So, yeah, the crunchy tastes better than the regular peanut butter because it, has the actual nuts, and I think they're roasted before put in there. I could do a little bit of this on a cookie. This is a toffee chunk cookie. Okay, Quint. Later. Go for the lemonade. Now that's actually not a bad combo either. Another thing I could do, when I got the Chilean DAF rations, and that berries jam is pretty much like a few bits of berry in a heavy syrup. And you get this thing called a big cracker, which is more sweet, almost like a cookie. I crumbled that up, and then I poured that berries jam over top of that, and then mixed it to basically make a MRE cobbler. So crumble a few bits. I think that should be enough of that. Just kind of let the syrup from the fruit soak into the cookie pieces. And this other half of this chocolate toffee, I put some of the peanut butter on it. That actually works too. Now that was a tasty bite. And I got 4 more of these toffees. I'm just finishing up this lasagna. And I'm sure there's TVP or textured vegetable protein in here. But if it is, it's probably incorporated into the sauce because I'm not feeling any bits that might resemble like a ground beef or anything like that. Yeah, and other vegetarian entrees, the bits of the TVP are bigger and you would actually see it as well as taste it. But I am not seeing it at all, so that, of course, then again, it could have dissolved over the almost 10 years that it's been in that pouch. Well, that'll do for that. I'm glad that accessory pack from that brown bag MRE that I got with a few other goodies, it was not a red pack taster's choice because that most likely would have been messed up. Here's a bite of the toffee cookie with the fruit. Well, that works too. That gives a little crunch, softens up the cookie so it's not so dry. And it works with the fruit flavors. Yep, that definitely works. Now the cookie by itself is fairly dry, so you would want to take a drink right after taking a bite. But I really like the flavor of this cookie. So I got some more peanut butter. I can put it on the cracker. And I'll basically rip the whole top of the packet off, but that's okay. Yeah, these crackers are so dang fragile. Someone's making noise outside. Good thing my slider's closed so it's not so loud. Well, I would do a PB sandwich with this, but the crackers, as you see, would just fall apart. When I would try to Put the top on. Oh, Pete, you must be getting that cold wave after the heat like we did, because Wednesday here in Des Moines, it got up to 75 degrees. And then, but the wind was so high, and the next day, the wind part of that storm that just blew through was actually classified as a derecho. Southern Ohio prepping in the house. Thanks for dropping in. So one half of Booger Butt going bye-bye. Thanks for dropping in. Hope you have a good night. Hope LJ does too. But yeah, that was classified as a derecho, since the wind was, the way the wind was blowing, and it was hurricane force. Because I live in a multi-unit building, we didn't take a lot of damage, just tree branches being busted off the birches and the sycamores that are in front of my building. And there's an oak and another tree that I don't know what they all are that rim the parking lot. I don't know what all those trees are. I just know that we have oaks, because I see the oak leaves and I've picked up acorns off the parking lot. But branches got knocked off of those trees. And then the end pieces of our downspouts get knocked off. Yeah, those end pieces are just press fit in. They're not clamped in or screwed together or anything like that. You just shove them in. But the wind will knock them off, or something will hit it and knock them off. So they're not very good quality in my opinion. But overnight we had more storms, and there were several tornadoes here in Iowa. Not here in Des Moines, but we had the sirens going off. After, like last year, a few years ago, they started turning on those sirens for a thunderstorm, not just a tornado warning. So that has confused a lot of people, thinking it's a tornado when it's just a thunderstorm warning. But they went off a couple of different times. But there was some damage by those tornadoes, but nothing near like what happened in Kentucky and Arkansas and a couple other states that those tornadoes down there rammed through on Friday. Oh, I bet he was one happy camper when you gave him that creamsicle. Oh, Wyoming, I bet you have chickens? If you have chickens, they were probably very happy to get at those acorns or whatever other nuts. Yeah, I was not in a basement. We don't have a basement here. We just have a first floor that's kind of like half sunk into the ground. Oh, budgies. Some call them parakeets. I had one of those years ago. He came to me from someone, a couple who had him for about 6 or 7 years or so. I don't remember. Could have been 5, but they never named him. So, and they traveled a lot. Oh, there is Foreign MRE dropping that super chat. Thanks for dropping in, saying hello. Super chat is much appreciated. So, but I named him because I'm Polish. I have given all of my animals that I have acquired myself Polish names. So I named him Lech after Lech Walesa, the guy that helped bring communism down in Poland. But he lived with me another 7 years, but then he got really big growth on one of his legs and he couldn't stand on the perch. But at the time I was unemployed because I had a shoulder injury and I was still out of work and I was not clear to go back to work yet by a doctor. So I could not afford an avian vet to take him to, so I just made him comfortable as I could until he flew on to wherever birds go after they pass. But he was a good bird. You know, I gave him a bigger cage, and then when I got a different bird, I would put that bird in that bigger cage. So I made sure that any birds I had plenty of room to move around. Now, I got this toffee chunk cookie. I busted some of it up into this almost 10-year-old mixed fruit. Chunky peanut butter. And these chocolate toffees. It just, like I said, it just says chocolate on there, no brand. They look like Starburst in shape. You know, this is a waxed paper. And the inside is like, it looks like the inside of a Tootsie Roll. But you pick up that little bit of toffee flavor. Through the chocolate, so it has a slightly different taste than just a Tootsie Roll. This is French vanilla cappuccino in the Foreign MRE mug. This and that. Thanks for dropping in. Hope to see you next time. Very good cappuccino. And this is lemonade, one of those stick drink mixes that you would put in 20-ounce or half-liter bottle. But this drinking jar holds 13 ounces, and this is perfectly fine. Although usually I try to avoid the artificial sweeteners because I'll just say they don't like me. But on occasion, you know, I'll drink these. And I do like their compactness. So I have a couple in my purse. I got some of them in my get home bag, in my bug out bag. I also have the ones that I bought at Walmart or Walgreens. I keep a variety of flavors. Just like the instant coffees, I have a bunch of those little packets stored up. Plus I have my G7 that I love. And of course, something that needs to come back in MREs, chunky peanut butter. Yeah, take this little cracker bit, put it on top. There's a little cracker sandwich. I also opened up that brown bag accessory pack, and there was the brown packet Taster's Choice. It was perfectly fine. The creamer was perfectly fine. And it tastes like it should. Nothing wrong with that coffee at all. And I'll just do this again just because I have a tiny bit of peanut butter left in the packet. Yep, 2012, packed by AmeriQual. And the peelable seal even worked. As you've seen in some of my streams when I'm doing the newer MREs, the peelable seal doesn't, and I have to get the cheaters out. And I got some of that toffee cookie in with this mixed fruit that was really soft. Let's see who else is. Wyoming is calling it a night. Thanks for dropping in. Hope to see you again. Putting the toffee cookie in here almost makes it like a cobbler, just like I've done with the DAF rations with the big cracker and the berries jam. So it's a good way to take the dry cookie and mix the flavor with the fruit. I don't know if anyone else has ever had these chocolate toffees in these older MREs. To me, this is pretty unique. A very cool find. So I'm happy to have them. You know, I like chocolate. I like toffee. Yeah, that just shows you how fragile these crackers are. They do need to bring back the old style crackers where it actually had flavor. But this has been a pretty good ration. So, like I said earlier, whoever Aletha got this from stored it very well, and she stored it very well. She kept it in a room that's about 60 some degrees. I don't know what summer temp would like if she's able to keep the room that cold. But I don't even have my heat on here. I almost turned the air conditioner on Wednesday, but I figured that would be stupid just for one day. And then having to close up. Although I actually did keep my windows cracked just so that my apartment could cool off and I could still get some air in here. So about Friday night, I finally closed it up completely. So if I go outside, I can hear other heaters running. Yeah, because we have the floor baseboard radiant heaters, but we also have the combination units that are like a window unit, but it's installed in the wall instead of a window. And you can switch it from cool to heat. I'm not familiar with Nawas. I did get some unique coffees in some of my recent deliveries. So one of those is a big coffee bag that you would brew like those Folgers coffee singles. It looks like a tea bag but with coffee in it. So you basically have a closed filter with the coffee inside it. And that came from a hotel from the looks of it, because it looks like, and some of the writing on it indicates that it was provided by a company to a hotel. So that makes 4 6-cup servings. And then I have one of those coffees that I've seen advertised on YouTube. Those, it's a pour over coffee. I was looking at it later. So, yep, that's a pour over coffee. So I've done one of those. I have another one. That was given to me earlier, and then I have this newer one. Oh, okay. So that would probably be like we have Quick Trip here. We have Come and Go. It's spelled K-U-M, then N, then Go, G-O. That actually has its headquarters here in Des Moines. They moved their headquarters from another place here to downtown Des Moines. And then we have Get and Go. That's G-I-T, then N, then G-O. And we got a couple of those. We have Casey's here. And CT has stopped at several Casey's locations here when he's been down here in the States to get pizza, because he likes to get pizza when he's on the road, if he can get to a pizza joint. And if there is another YouTuber in the area, then he arranges a meetup and they share a pizza, and his guest would sit in his truck with him. He was in the Russian Museum chat earlier today for a little bit. And that one was a shorty. I'd stepped away from my Kindle, and then when I came back, that stream had ended. Sean had some issues with some of the equipment that he was going to use to capture images of some of the items in the collection, and he showed off the packets that I sent. You know, that RCW, Ration Cold Weather brownie, which was absolutely not edible. It looked good, but it was rancid. And then that fruit soup from another RCW that I bought from Corey over in England. Thanks for dropping in, Southern Ohio Prepping. Hope all goes well with you and your son. So hope to see you again. Well, that almost worked the way I wanted. But yeah, CT has some cool road videos. Sometimes he'll just shoot some footage of his drive on the highway wherever he's at. Well, next Sunday, December 26th, I am planning on going live at my usual time. Smokey usually goes live on Saturdays, but because Saturday is obviously a certain holiday, which a couple people might know about, he will probably go live a different day. I don't know what time yet. I think he's still going to figure that out. But if he goes live on Sunday, then I will accommodate him. I'll either go live before or after, depending on what time he chooses to. So that's how I'll work that out. I'm going to check my battery. Oh, I'm still good on battery, but I plugged in a small power bank that's not holding up as well as it used to, because I guess because I used the living crap out of it. But that one just shut down, but I still have power in my phone, because what I do is I make sure my phone is fully charged, the power bank's fully charged, and that way the battery lasts longer. But I'm probably going to go ahead and call this one good. And since some other people are leaving, so I will decide next week if I'm going to just do all of these 2012 MREs back to back, or if I'm going to mix it up. Say maybe I'll pull a Lithuanian out, or I'll pull the Norwegian out. But anyway, I'll decide that before, probably before Friday. And then I will post up usually Friday or Saturday what I'm going to do. But anyway, I do want to thank you all for watching. Again, thanks to Aletha for this well-stored MRE. And thanks to another viewer for this very good brown bag coffee. It is very good. So again, thank you all for watching. And again, thanks to Foreign MRE for dropping that super chat. That's much appreciated. And catch you on the flip side.